Hello, my name is Jessica. I did my report on virulent Newcastle disease. So what is virulent Newcastle disease? Virulent Newcastle disease is defined by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as a contagious and fatal viral disease affecting the respiratory, nervous, and digestive systems of birds and poultry. Strands are classified into low virulence, moderately virulent, and highly virulent groups. One of the highest virulent forms is going to be called exotic Newcastle disease. So this strand is more contagious and more fatal to those infected. With this form, death occurs very rapidly. Sometimes there will even be no evidence of symptoms whatsoever. Chickens, in particular, are the most susceptible. They have the highest morbidity rate out of all other avians. Newcastle is found in countries worldwide. From May 2018 to May of this year, there have been 476 positive premises in SoCal alone. 263 of those premises have been in Riverside County, 164 in San Bernardino, 46 in Los Angeles, 1 in Ventura, 1 in Alameda, and 1 in San Diego. As you can see from the picture that I included, there's quite a few close to West Covina, Pico Rivera, so pretty close to our areas. So, as I said before, VND affects the nervous, digestive, and respiratory systems. Some common neurological symptoms are going to include having a twisted neck, paralysis, tremors, and circling or spinning. Some common digestive symptoms are going to be diarrhea or having a lack of appetite. And respiratory symptoms are going to include coughing, sneezing, and gasping. These symptoms can vary widely and are really just dependent on strain, age of animal, and also the species. So Newcastle is transmitted either through direct contact with an infected bird's bodily fluids, so contact with the feces, nasal discharge, oral discharge, or ocular discharge. It can also be transmitted through fomites like clothing, shoes, and various equipment. Anything that has come into contact with an infected animal, this disease is transmitted very rapidly, especially in confined birds, given that they're all enclosed and within close contact with each other. So how is Newcastle prevented? Well, there's a vaccine for it. However, it doesn't entirely prevent the disease. It only helps to reduce the severity of it should an animal get infected. Vaccines are often given to chicks as early as 1 to 4 days of hatching. This is especially important for those birds in places like poultry farms where they're in a very confined environment. And another way to prevent further infection is also to isolate any infected animal so that they're not in contact with others. Unfortunately, there is no treatment for Newcastle. Vets, however, will often use antibiotics to treat secondary infections brought on by the disease. So if they have any respiratory or digestive issues, you can treat the symptoms, but the disease itself has no official treatment. Is considered to be mildly zoonotic. So people who come into contact with an infected animal can experience conjunctivitis as well as minor flu-like symptoms. Currently, there have been no records of humans contracting the disease or any symptoms from consuming poultry. These symptoms most commonly show up in those working on poultry farms and slaughterhouses, just because they're in constant close contact with all of these animals. Obviously, we should always wash our hands after touching any animal. These are my references, and that's the end of my report. Thank you.